of it will actually affect public opinion?
No. People know. If you look at the polls and you look at these public opinion research stuff done by Rasmussen and Pew Research and all these other corporations, people don't have a problem with the public option name. They have the problem with the public option. Yes. It's not, you could call it whatever you want. You could call it give everyone a free lollipop option, and people are still going to vote against it.
Yeah, and I mean, also, I completely agree, because conservatives are also so much better at branding things. I mean, and this is something that I actually really didn't know. It's something I've learned in a political science class, but they just have a much more rigid and effective campaign strategy, and whatever they kind of set their eyes on something, they achieve it much more efficiently and faster than the Democratic Party for whatever reason. Not really sure why, but imagine, I mean, there's going to be an entire channel and then almost every talk radio station going after this, maintaining the name public option. And then even if the conservatives weren't there to perpetuate the name, look at H1N1. What do people call it? They still call it swine flu. It didn't change. They tried to change it, but there's the same connotations. So I completely agree. I don't think anything will come of this. But so we both agree that it's not even an issue. But do you think this is a sign that Congress is completely out of touch with its constituents?
Absolutely. I think that they're way too focused on little things like changing the names or just these other things that are just not important to what is happening in the country right now. They are obviously not paying attention to what people are calling and telling them to do. They're obviously not paying attention to the news. They're obviously not paying attention to these research organizations and the lobbyists that are saying, look, this is not what the country wants, or this part is good and this part is bad. To me, it seems like they're doing this. We're going to do this because we know what's good for you, and you'll just enjoy the benefits and don't have to think or anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree.
I think that it's such a waste of time and resources for her to even try to change the name and then call a press conference to tell everyone that she's going to try and change the name. I think she should be more focused on, figuring out what should stay and what should go.
Oh, yeah. But there's also some news today that the House and the Senate, the Senate news broke later last week, and also earlier this week, that the Senate bill is now going to have a public option, and then the House bill is going to be up soon for consideration, and that will also have a public option.
And there's actually huge...
We're going to see what happens.
Huge opposition by there's another article. I'm sorry to change the topic, but there was an article out that there is huge Democratic opposition.
Well, the Blue Dog Democrats are going to be a serious issue. It's obvious that at least in the Senate, all 40 Republicans, because even Olympia Snow, I guess you could call her the turncoat or whatever you want to call her for for the Republican Party that went Democratic when she was for the Finance Committee bill, is gone right back because the public option was the thing that divided her. That was the thing that kept her from voting on it. So 40 Republicans are out, plus however many. Joe Lieberman, who is a Democrat, is threatening to filibuster. So we'll see what happens.
I was going to tie that Joe Lieberman thing in. It's really interesting because he's on a committee that will vote to send it to the Senate floor, and he said he will vote to pass it to the general election, but will vote against it when the actual vote for final passage comes up. So he's very much about
What?
Yeah, it was weird because he's in like a council.
Is it like completely overwhelmed by Democrats? So it
I'm
doesn't
not
matter
sure,
how
but
he votes?
I think what he's doing is he wants it to go to the floor so people can read it and so people can say, no, we don't want this. And he said he's going to vote for it to go to final passage, but vote against it when they're voting for the final passage. So he's in a council that's like in charge of the bill, and then they're going to vote to send it to the floor, and then he's going to vote against it on the floor. I don't exactly know why, but who knows what Joe Lieberman does.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway, next article. Let's keep this moving.
Okay. Well, it is 4:45. We could play a Grant spot.
Let's one more article. Let's do one more.
All right then. One more article. We will go ahead and talk about dairy farmers are now slaughtering cows in an effort to boost milk prices. Okay. Now, what's happened is more than 225,000 cows have been killed this year through a program run by the National Milk Producers Federation. Now, the NMPF, we're going to call, it pays farmers going out of business to slaughter their cows rather than sell them to someone else. So agriculture experts say at least probably another 55,000 cows are being killed each week outside of the program. So besides that 225,000. Now, this is all to raise prices. So what do you think? Do you think this is illegal?
To me, that sounds like they're messing with the fair market value of a good. I think that would be the definition of illegal.
Could you explain that?
Like I don't
fair
claim,
market good. Explain what that is and why that would make it illegal, because I would say, although I don't know enough about this, that it's not.
See, I don't claim to be
not illegal. I would say that it is supply and demand, and to help your price. Okay. I'd say this is capitalism, because it's not like it's not like there's people going hungry. I'm not in the United States. I mean, we can't ship milk to Africa, so. I'm not
claiming to be an expert, and my understanding of this is that you can't artificially change supply and demand that way. Like I'm not sure if that's a law, or can we just both agree that for starters? Let's start with this. Do we agree that this is unethical?
Yeah, sure. Okay. I mean,
let's start there. Now you got to. I don't know if it's an ethical issue or a legal issue, because I don't know the law, but I want to say that's. I don't know if you can do that to artificially change the price.
I didn't have time to research it, so
it's not like
we apologize.
It's not like a manufacturer who slows down production. I don't.
That's what I would relate it to, though.
Yeah,
I would relate it to a person who is just producing less, so that it costs more for you to buy it. Now, it's a shame that it's milk, and we've agreed that it's not. It's unethical because it's an essential product. See, I mean, everybody's going to buy it. You're not going to run out of demand. You're not going to run out of demand. So
yeah. So they're just trying to cut their supply side.
So now
I'm just confused.
Do you want the government to get involved? Is that what you want?
I'd see that depends on the law. Because if there's an illegal activity, then yes, the police department should get involved. The USDA.
Well, I assume they will now that this is out. But I can't imagine the government doesn't know about the National Milk Producers Federation ordering the farmers to kill their cattle.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I bet it's legal, because I can't imagine they've missed this.
I don't know. How would you feel if you're a beef producer, though? I mean, I don't know if you can use the same dairy cow for beef. I'm sure you could. But,
I have no idea.
But I mean, that's going to drive down the price of beef too. So I mean, I think they've got a legitimate complaint against this. I think you're just altering different markets. I don't know. I don't know the law, and depending on the law is whether the government should get involved.
But it's also the farmers' cattle. Like,
that's very true.
Can't they do whatever they want with their own cattle?
That makes sense. I don't, but I mean,
because they're not like torturing.
I mean, there's so many aspects to this. I mean, you're messing with.
They're killing.
Yeah, you're messing with economics. You're messing with private property. You're messing with animal cruelty. I guess you can make a case for that.
Definitely.
I expect to hear PETA chime in on this shortly, but I'm not sure. We'll have to see how it plans out. But I wish that this article had more about the law. But it's such a weird article.
Well, I tried to look it up earlier, and there was nothing there either.
Then if it's not illegal,
I have no idea, and I can't imagine that the government has missed 250,000 cows disappearing. So,
yeah. Well,
I just don't think. I think that it must be illegal, and that it's just capitalism at its finest, right there.
It could be. So I think the only thing that's wrong with it, then, if it's not illegal, it's certainly unethical, and there'll be some social pressure put on them. But if it's unethical but legal, well, then there's nothing the government can do, and I definitely don't want them to, bend the rules to do that. I mean, if the law.
If it's legal, I don't like it, but I completely think it's something that makes sense. Like, it makes sense through their eyes.
Where's a law professor when you need it? Jeez.
I know. All right, let's play that Grant spot and go to a song, and we will be back after this.
Welcome to Joy Burger, where every bite is a bundle of joy.
Yeah, I'd like 2 number 4s and hold the pickles.
Okay, pull up to the second window.
Okay, that was 2 double greasy cheesies with large fries. And just wait 1 minute while the stork brings you your brand new bouncing baby boy with extra chubby cheeks.
Wait, what? That's not our order.
Well, the stork says it is.
But we aren't ready for another baby. Our first one is still in diapers.
I don't know, guys. It looks custom made. Look, see? He has your eyes.
This is crazy. We didn't plan for this at all.
Hey, man, I just work here. You're going to have to take that up with the stork.
An unexpected delivery can change your body, your budget, and your future ambitions. Be sure to use protection so you can avoid the stork until you're ready for a delivery. To find the birth control options that work best for you, visit avoidthestork.com.
Hey, did